presents the Stanley Cup Playoffs.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
He's got a stick. He's in. Scores!
Absolutely amazing.
Let's go!
Memorial Day in the U.S. of A. A day for the men and women of the military. All gave some gave all, and we remember. Here's Freddie Anderson in goal for the Carolina Hurricanes, trying to stave off elimination. Last year, the Panthers, as you know, got a 3-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup final. They squandered the lead, and not only did they squander it, but they looked cooked in games 4 through 6. They were outscored 18-5 by Edmonton. Brad Marchand, a Stanley Cup champion with Boston. They know this is not an opportunity to take lightly. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on Sportsnet, presented by Instacart, as we welcome you into studio. Kelly's down at Nick's Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale. Enjoy, Kel. And here's Jennifer and Kevin and Elliot. And here is Kyle Bukauskas at Amarant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Kyle.
Yeah, Ron, you mentioned Frederik Andersen. Rod Brind'Amour also loading up that Aho line again as the Hurricanes are staring down another potential sweep in the conference final. Still no Sam Reinhart for Florida. And now on top of that, they're without Nico Mikkola and AJ Greer as well. So in come Uvis Balinskis and Nico Sturm. Now, Ron, you may remember a couple years ago, we learned that you can do some real quality deep thinking down at the beach. And so we found ourselves on the shores of the Atlantic once again pondering how this era of greatness for the Panthers came together. The history of the Rat, long been embedded in the franchise, but they seem to be embracing it more now. When Bill Zito took over as GM, he inherited a couple of cornerstones in Aaron Ekblad and Alexander Barkov, but everything changed the night he traded for Matthew Tkachuk on that fateful July evening, and he's unearthed a number of gems along the way. Verhaeghe and Mikkola, just to name a few, and now they can see over the horizon the opportunity to experience what they accomplished a year ago. Again, one win away from another trip to the Stanley Cup final. But with all that deep thinking in the hot Florida sun, it is important to keep cool. So whether it's the Hurricanes or the Blizzards, the Panthers have been devouring all of it to this point in the series, Ron.
Fabulous, Kyle. Just fabulous. Go ahead, Elliot.
He should just quit. He
That's
can't
right.
do any better than that.
How does he host a podcast and do all that stuff?
You know
during the
what?
day?
We were late recording last night because he had something to do. Obviously that.
Florida Panthers putting the Aho in championships ahoy.
Search spy movies.
Rogers Xfinity is here with the next generation of streaming. Now Keanu can spend more time watching all his TV.
Yes! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
All his streams.
What? You're so cute.
Even the shows Keanu can't help but love.
My list.
The best entertainment experience is here with Rogers Xfinity.
Imagine if hockey superstar Connor McDavid had dreamed of becoming a chef instead. No matter what his ambition was, CIBC would support him all the way, with the right investment plan to make his ambitions real. Just like we have the right plan for all your ambitions too.
Welcome back to Florida. Jennifer, your thought on Game 4 tonight?
Well, a huge challenge for Anderson and net to try to stop the Florida Panthers, who have been scoring in a dominant fashion that we haven't seen in decades and decades. But I think for the Florida Panthers, they're going to be ready for this. Barkov said their team has learned through experience to not get too high or too low in big moments and opportunities like these.
If Cats take this game tonight, it will be the most dominating series they've ever been a part of. 4-0 and an absolute beatdown. They don't want to give any bit of life to Carolina. Aho's got to be their best. He is their best player. He has to be their best player tonight.
They got beaten up on the ice, Carolina did, and they also got beaten up by their coach in the postgame. He threw down the challenge. It's up to the players to answer tonight.
Quite a scene there. We've had our Kipling, we've had our Kyle. Game 4, enjoy.
The starting lineup for head coach Paul Maurice and your Florida Panthers. On defense, number 3, Seth Jones. Also on defense, number 7, Dmitry Kulikov.
It's become a May tradition, Florida Panthers' opportunity to book their ticket to the final on home ice. Rod Brind'Amour challenged his top players, praised the efforts of his rookies. How about 21-year-old Jackson Blake? Here he was on the bench less than 10 minutes before warm-up tonight, taking everything in. Watch the eyes. Unbelievable as he gets focused here tonight. Easier said than done against these Florida Panthers, though, who have been machine-like more and more as the playoffs have gone on. They seem to have all the critical components. Alexander Barkov, very much the engine. Says he's like the full package. Paul Maurice, the fasteners that hold it all together. Sergei Bobrovsky, the bearings, the fluid movements to ensure no friction. And they've had 18 different goal scorers in this postseason, so everyone has had a piece of the gears whenever shifting is necessary. A real machine fed on shadows. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final, where desperation meets desire.
Please turn your attention to the ice and welcome tonight's hero among us. 100-year-old World War II veteran, technician 4th grade Richard Rossi, United States Army. Thank you for your service and dedication to our country. Please rise and remove your caps. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome John Acosta.
Oh, say
to see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's a familiar spot we've seen before. The Florida Panthers on home ice with a chance to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes and move on to a third consecutive Stanley Cup final. The Prince of Wales trophy is in the building tonight, and if Carolina wants to keep it in its case, they'll have to snap that 15-game losing streak in the conference final to extend their season. They'll hope Frederik Andersen can do it in net tonight. He allowed 4 goals on 16 shots in Game 2. He's lost 7 straight conference final games dating back to May 2015 with the Ducks. Sergei Bobrovsky has won each of his last 3 starts in a Game 4 when playing at home. He is 11-7 all-time in potential series-clinching games. Seth Jones scored one of the 2 power play goals in Game 3 for Carolina, but he and the top line have to find a way to score at 5-on-5. And Alexander Barkov scored twice in Game 3 and tied Jari Kurri for the most consecutive postseasons with 15 or more points by a Finnish-born player. Memorial Day in Florida with a chance for a memorable game tonight as we're underway in Game 4. Carrier will try to work it up the wing. Kulikov got on the way, played it over to Rodriguez. He'll enter the Carolina zone, got held up, got it down. Boqvist puts it towards the net. It'll rattle to the point. Jones try to get it deep for Boqvist. Nikishin was there, though, as Rodriguez at the point. Will hand it off for Jones, and his shot gets blocked as he's hit along the way by Carrier.